Hi and welcome to Scott's Inverts. Remember to hit that subscribe button. So in this video, we're actually giving away a £30 mystery box. Now, when we started the year off, I did tell you this year is going to be completely different. And the bigger the community we can grow, the more things we can do, like this video where we give things away. Now, the previous £60 mystery box has not been claimed. And the winner of that was actually announced in the Cubaria species bumblebee video. So if you did enter that one, go back and check that one out. Now you probably already know I'm a bit of a fan of a mystery box. In fact, this is the last one from Dave's Little Beasties that we did. So that's why I really like to give away mystery boxes, because I find them so exciting and so much fun. Now, we have got some absolutely devastating news. Something that actually rocked me within the hobby, absolutely floored me to my back. Took me a little while to get past it and get over it. In fact, probably around 6-7 weeks ago, this actually happened. So once we've done the mystery box, told you guys exactly how to enter, I'm going to tell you that devastating news towards the end, well, at the very end of this video. But for now, you guys are going to want to know how you can win a £30 mystery box from the Spider Shop. Open to UK residents only, but if you are overseas, you guys can still enter as long as you donate it to somebody in the UK. Now, the way you enter is so simple. All you need to do is share this video out in the hope that we get a little bit more attention, and more attention to the channel means we can carry on doing giveaways as promised throughout the whole of 2025. Once you shared it out, go back to the Burrowing for Beginners video. Down in those comments, put I love spiders. Come back to this video and put in the comments, done. And it's as simple as that. And I will be drawing this this Monday coming. 100%, really promise you. So Monday coming will be the show video, and at the end of that show video, we shall draw the winner for this as well as. Now, what I also want to show you in today's video is that burrowing setup that we did. A lot of people have said, Scott, how is that spider getting on? Has she burrowed? What's she doing kind of like a week later? So let me show you. And like I said, once we have showed you, I will then tell you about that devastating news. Now, if we look into the enclosure, she's actually webbed up all this section here. And she has the tiniest of holes just here to go in and out of her enclosure. And the rest of that is actually webbed up. And she's also moved and put soil onto that webbing as well. And if you look, that's all the real damp spots in there. The back is quite still damp. So this is now ready for me to add, literally pour about 250 millilitres of water down to the back. We'll get that done after this video. But few people have asked about this spider, and that's what's been going on. Now, I want to tell you about this devastating news. So there is a few of you that might know already kind of what happened. So a friend of mine absolutely adores growing slings up, absolutely adores watching those slings grow to large grown on slings and small juveniles and such like. So he had a lot of my collection down at his, and it kind of worked both ways, because when it comes to slings, they take up a lot of time. So what that did was freed me up to do or concentrate more on the family and more on the editing and the videos and things like that. So we worked it that way, and we've worked it that way for several years now. Unfortunately, he had to go and see a family member around Christmas time when we were having the -4 weather. And when he did, he went for about 5 days. And he had a power outage, which lots of different parts of Coventry did. And it affected him. And when they put the power back on again, sort of 4 or 5 hours later, the heating for his house didn't come back on. Now, unfortunately, the spiders are in a back room, and in that back room, the back wall is just a pure massive patio window. So it's basically 2 big glass doors, and that's it. So that -4 just basically just came in, swept through all my stuff, killed everything off, and killed 90% of his adult stuff off as well as. So we lost a lot of spiders. Now it did put me on my back, I must admit. He was absolutely devastated. And he was like, Scott, you know, I'll replace it, I'll do this, I'll do that. And there's a hell of a lot of money there. And I said to him, I said, look, things happen. And it's true, they do. Accidents happen. And this could have absolutely happened to myself. I could have took the family away on holiday or to a friends or family for 4 or 5 days. The radiator in the shed could have gone off, and then that would have been the end of that. So it's really not his fault. It's just one of those things that can happen in the hobby, and it's an unfortunate, unforeseeable accident. But yeah, it's kind of lowered the amount that I've got, and took away some really rare stuff that I did have as well. But we don't dwell on things on this channel. We pick ourselves up, we dust ourselves off, and we carry on pushing forward. And that's exactly what we're doing. So what that's done is enabled me to think, well, 2025 is the year of putting back kind of bits and bobs that I've lost from the collection, as well as looking at new species. A lot of them are going to be back in that actual shed. And now we've actually added a second one. So there's 2 in there. They're oil-fed radiators, so there's no temperatures to set on the actual radiators themselves. So the second radiator, I'm going to have to also put a thermostat on that one and set it for around 22, so that if the first main radiator goes down, the second one will then still kick in. I can't account for if we have a power outage, because if we do, the radiator may not reset. I have checked it, I have turned the power off to them and turned them back on again, and they do come back on. These ones, my mate, his was all done on central heating. He likes his house very, very warm, and it suited it. But with us, that's what literally we're relying on, those 2 radiators to come back on if there's ever an issue. Now, I have thought, as a lot of people do, and we spoke about this before, about having like a fish tank they have like Senai systems. So you can put a temperature gauge up in the shed, and it can send an alert to your phone to tell you the temperature's dropped. But if I'm 20 miles away from home and the electric goes off here, it's not going to be able to send me a message, because you need the internet for it to rely on. And if the power's out, so is the internet. So I don't know quite how they work. Maybe there's one where it's got its own SIM card and its own separate power supply, and that works. And if that's the case, can you let me know? Because I'd be really interested in trying to source one and try and getting one fitted to the shed. Now, let's not finish on a bad note. Let's stay positive and carry on pushing it forward. This Sunday is the Taunton show. I'm hoping to see a lot of you guys there, and I know I look mean, old and grumpy. And if you find me outside of the hobby, I normally am, because I don't exactly enjoy people that aren't in the hobby, is probably the best way I can put it. If you're in the hobby, you're my people. That's pretty much as simple as that. And I'm sure a lot of you guys out there understand with that statement as well. So we've got the Taunton show coming up. I'm actually taking the enemy as well. She's going to be there. I don't quite know if she's going to be working on a stand or she'll be on the doors, like she has done in the past, taking your guys' money and giving you tickets and all the rest of it. I'll be floating around with 2 cameras, one for the Invert Show's official channel video, and of course the one for this channel as well as. So if you do see me and you want to show me what you've bought, come grab me, pull me to one side, and we can get footage of that and put it onto the Invert Show's channel and have you on there as well as. In fact, Lee has contacted me. Wow, I say he contacts me quite a lot, but he contacted me and he said, Scott, he said, we are giving away pollinating seeds again. So the packets of seeds that you can go out to your own little patch, throw them on the floor, and when the flowers come through, they attract all the pollinators and feed the pollinating insects. Really helps the environment and the ecosystems for the UK. On top of that, he is also giving away, I think it's something like 250 trees throughout the year as well. So go see Lee at the spider shop, asking for a tree, asking for some of those pollinator seeds, so we can start looking after our local ecosystems as well as keeping inverts in our houses. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, to be in it to win it, you've also got to be subscribed. And as always, we shall see you again on the next one.